Good morning, children. Welcome you all to the second part of our lesson. So, in the previous class, we came to know what is an operating system and what is the need for an operating system and what are the types of operating system. So, in today's class, we are going to learn about the operating system layers. Okay, children? So, basically, this operating system has been divided into a number of layers which are either called as functional elements. Okay, and each of these layer is responsible for a specific task. So basically there are 5 layers of an operating system. First one is user interface, second one is file management system, input or output, memory management and kernel. So let us discuss today about these 5 layers of an operating system. So let us see. First one is an user interface. So basically, as we already know, what is an interface, children? Interface means it acts like a mediator, right? User interface means it will be used for the user. So basically, this particular user interface is a software layer. It will be allowing the user to interact directly with the operating system. That means the main purpose of user interface is to allow the user to interact directly with the computer system. So, to interact directly with the computer system, what does we need? We need some kind of input and output facilities. Input facilities means what? For example, like keyboard, mouse or joystick. While coming to output facility, what are the examples? Monitor, printer, right? So, what does this user interface do? It allows the user to load and run the programs, and it will also be controlling the whatever interaction is there between the programs and the user. Okay. So, controls means what? For example, if there is any error in the program, we the users only should edit, no? That means it is controlling the interaction, right? Interaction means what? Mediator. It means some kind of communication. Right, children? Next, this particular user interface also allows the user to modify the system settings. Okay? And whatever the functions are there of the control of the computer system, it will also be controlling that. And it will also request the information whatever it requires. Okay? So, user interface means it is like a kind of mediator between the user and the computer system. Okay, children? And it will be allowing the user to load and run the programs, and it will also allows the user to modify the system settings, control whatever system functions are there. It also controls all those system functions, and it will be requesting the information. Okay? Next one is file management system. So the name itself says file management system. File management system is the second layer of the operating system. That means it will be the next layer of the user interface. So basically, file management system, it is responsible for organizing and managing the storage of data. Okay? It will be allowing the user to in helping the organization and managing of the storage of data. That means management means what? If we want any data, we can keep it, we can store it. Otherwise, we can delete. Even we can rename it. We can add new files to the media. Permanent media means what? It may be a hard disk, it may be a pen drive or a CD or a DVD. This all comes under the storage devices only, no, children. Okay? So, it allows the users to do any kind of works that the user require. That means organizing and managing the storage of data. Okay? Next one. What is the next one? Next one is input or output. So the next layer below the file management system is what called as the input or output system. So basically, what does this input or output system do? It will be controlling the physical communication with the external devices. Yes or no? Input means what? Giving input, no? For that we need keyboard or mouse. That means it is allowing us to communicate with the external devices. That means it is allowing us to allowing the external devices to communicate with the computer system, right? For example, if any particular file system is there and that particular file system want to read a block from a disk. Block means some certain part of a disk. Then what it will do? It will be sending a request to the input output layer. Okay. And this particular process will be activated in times of interrupts. Interrupts means some signals will be given. Okay. So when an interrupt occurs, when this particular interrupt will be occurring, when an external device such as any disk drive or any port signals, it will be sending some signals that it is ready to send or receive the data. What is ready to send or receive the data? Input or output system layer. Okay. So in brief I am telling you again, listen carefully children. What happens is, when for example if any file system wants to read a particular area from a disk, then what it will be doing? It will be sending a request to the input or output layer. Then how this particular process will be done? This process will be done by sending the interrupts. Okay. When this particular interrupt will be occurring? When any external device or any communication port will be sending signals that it is ready to send or receive the data, then only that particular process will be started. Okay children. Next one is memory management. So this is the next layer of the operating system. So basically what is a memory management? This particular memory management is responsible for sharing the physical memory of the computer between the processes and the programs that are being done. These programs will be requiring more memory than that particular computer system physically contains. Okay, that means it will be providing more memory when compared to the memory that is available in the computer system. Okay children. So this layer is also responsible for ensuring that the memory is allocated to any program is protected, okay, by any other programs. Okay. So what is the brief of memory management? It is responsible for sharing the physical memory of a computer between the programs and the processes. Programs is different, processes is different. Programs means what? Instructions. Processes means what? Going on the working on it. On what? On programs. So these two are different. Okay. It will be sharing the physical memory of the computer between these particular processes and the programs. Basically programs will be requiring more memory. So it will be providing memory that is present in the computer system. More than that only it will be providing. Okay. So and it also what it does? It also protects the programs. Okay. From the other programs. Clear children? Next. And the last layer. The lowest layer of the operating system is the kernel, or it is also called as nucleus. Okay. So basically this is the core component of an operating system. Core means it is a very important part of a operating system. Okay children. Next. During the process of booting means what children? Whenever our computer system will turn on our computer system, no, then whatever the first process is will be running in our computer system is what called as booting. The first process when a computer system is power on is what called as booting. Okay. So what happens? While this particular booting is done, operating system will be loaded into the memory. Okay. Then this kernel will be loading first and remains in the memory. What happens? when the booting is going on, operating system will be getting loaded into the memory, and at that time the kernel will be first loading into the memory, and it will be staying in the memory until then, until our computer system is shut down. Okay children, it will be quite confusing. So once if you read those particular points that I have given in the video, then you can understand. Okay, and this kernel is responsible for the low level tasks such as disk management, task management and memory management. So basically what happens, I'll be saying you clearly, listen clearly children. What happens, kernel means it is the lowest layer of the operating system. It is also called as nucleus. Okay, and it is the most important component of the operating system. Whenever we turn on our computer system, a particular process will be running, which is called as booting. Okay, when an operating system gets loaded into the memory, okay, when the operating system gets loaded into the memory, the kernel will be loading first, and it remains in that area only, that means in that memory, until we shut down our computer system. Okay, operating system means you understand that it is a computer system children. Without operating system we cannot even do anything on a computer system. Okay, so this particular kernel is responsible for low level tasks such as disk management, task management and memory management. Okay, next, this particular kernel is also responsible for processor management, memory management, device management through the device drivers and the system calls. So these four particular processes will be discussed in the next class. Okay children, I hope you all understood. If you are having any queries or doubts, you can contact me. Okay children, thank you.